When word spread that Rockstar was about to announce a brand new franchise last year, internet forums went insane as fans pondered the next setting that would have the GTA aesthetics sprayed all over it. It was quite a shock when the new game turned out to be table tennis. Now it's a year later, and the shock has given way to indifference. For a table tennis game, it was solid, but it was still just ping pong. Now it's coming to the console that many thought it should have been developed for in the first place, Nintendo's Wii. Where sports games are concerned, and if ping pong can be considered a sport, there's not a whole lot of meat on the table tennis bone. There are just two modes to speak of, exhibition and tournament. Exhibition allows you to set all the parameters of a match and go at it in single or multiplayer action. The tournament option is the main single-player component, and it asks you to enter various tournaments, taking out all comers. As you complete the tournament option, you unlock new items, venues, and characters that can be used in either mode. There are 11 different players total, though their ratings are a little out of whack. Good luck winning with Jesper, and good luck losing with Liu Ping. While the venues provide a different backdrop for all the pinging and ponging, they're basically just set dressing. For a game that was originally released last year, you'd expect some updates or upgrades, but there are none, and it's even missing the online play the 360 version included. One area where the game has changed is in the gameplay, and drastically. The Wii controls work great. While you don't get the one-to-one virtual reality control that a lot of people expect from the Wii remote, you do get to control the timing and direction of your shots with a flick of the wrist. First of all, there are 3 different control schemes to choose from. You can select to just use the Wii remote, or 2 different control schemes that utilize the nunchuck as well. Using the nunchuck gives you a little more control over your shot placement, but we recommend just using the Wii remote. It's more than enough accuracy to complete the game, and if you're going head-to-head, you can both just choose the same scheme. This is one game where the Wii remote definitely adds something to the gameplay. Flicking it up and to the right will make your player try to land one on the end of the right side of the table. Flicking it down and to the right will make your player try to dink one just across the net. It's not 100% accurate, but neither is real table tennis. And when you do get that shot to drop just right, it feels good. The rest of the game really relies on timing. Figuring out when to strike the ball is just as important as what type of spin you put on it with the D-pad on the Wii remote. Generally, you want to swing when the ball reaches the apex of its arc. Do so and you'll increasingly strike the ball with more fervor until you're in a straight-up spiking match. As the volleys roll on, you can build up your focus meter, and then unleash it with some incredible English or overpowering smashes. Table tennis is one of those games that's a snore in solo mode, especially with no online play. But fire it up when you get back from the pub with your friends, and it's a hit. It's accessible enough that anyone can play it, but with the spins and focus shots, there's plenty of depth for those who stick with it. By now, it's basically accepted that the Wii doesn't exactly have a lot of horsepower under the hood. But that's no excuse for how badly table tennis looks on the system. Considering the arenas are just cramped rooms with a few peripheral objects, there's no excuse for how blurry and blocky everything looks. At least the frame rate manages to keep up with the action, which is important when you're playing a game that relies so heavily on split-second timing. The audio is comprised of makeshift techno and house tracks that sound like they were cut from some producer's latest album, and the sound of ping pong balls on particle board. It's not exactly a top-of-the-line production. Rockstar Games presents table tennis isn't very attractive, and it doesn't sound very good either. But just like a real ping pong table in the garage, you won't realize how much entertainment value you're missing out on until you get it. If you don't have any friends to play with, steer clear. But if you live with a group of buddies or have a lot of siblings, it can become incredibly addictive.